Hello, I welcome each one of you to this webinar on data science and data analytics powered by AI. We're going to discuss practical skills, what are the tools what we have, and what kind of career pathways which you will get once you understand what data and business analytics actually will help you to move further. As we go ahead, we generally talk about Regenesis Group first because that's our parent body. The purpose of Regenesis Group is to make this world a better place by developing conscious leaders and managers. And when we say about conscious leaders and managers, we look at human development, which is intellectual, emotional, spiritual, financial, and physical development. So when a person is getting developed from all these angles, that person becomes holistically developed. We use education as one of the platforms to make this mission happen. So you will see so many educational outfits over here in front of you. I'm representing Digital Regenesis, which is a upskilling platform of Regenesis Group. As we go ahead, we will be talking about an important aspect, which is integrated leadership management model, which is centered around an individual who is holistically developed. This holistically developed individual creates meaningful interrelationships with the team as well as with the institution. Through strategy, structure, culture, and systems, this developed individual imparts value to the external world and thereby making a permanent change in external world. And this is the model which is at the heart of Regenesis Group. As we go ahead, we talk about Regenesis graduate attributes. So there are 6 graduate attributes. Think differently, lead consciously, harness diversity, comport yourself professionally, global outlook, and ground decisions in evidence. Each course in Regenesis is mapped to these graduate attributes because they actually make this holistically developed human being function in corporate world. In Digital Regenesis, we offer 2 types of programs, introductory and advanced. In introductory courses, we generally look at the basic know-how of the particular course, and in advance, we can carve a career out of it. We offer data science, artificial intelligence, project management, cybersecurity, digital marketing, full stack development, data and business analytics, design thinking, product management, management advancement program. We also offer courses onto UI UX, cloud computing, and ESG leadership. Let me quickly introduce myself to each one of you. I'm Dr. Shilpa Kulkarni, and I've got 20 plus years of experience in project management and human capital management. I'm an engineer, did MBA, and then did PhD later. My projects are more towards sustainability, so I have been working very closely with the clients from manufacturing and construction sector. And that's where I got to know about analytics and the use of analytics because when you want to measure something and suggest the targets, you need to analyze the data in detail and make some meaningful business decisions so that your sustainability endeavor can really sustain. And that's where I started using business analytics to the maximum. This is a nutshell about me. So, what we are going to discuss today, we are going to talk about the basics of data analytics. So, we will be talking about what kind of data sources do we have in business, the basic concept of business analytics. We will be talking about various types of data analysis tools, what we have. We are also going to have a quick overview of the AI as well as the tools which are there in business analytics. And then we will be also in this due course, we will be discussing few use cases as we go ahead. So even before I, jump to the actual things, I have a question for each one of you, right? I hope all of you are able to see the slides and all of you are able to you know, look at the graph which is in front of you. Now, this is a graph of a bank which is trying to figure out where um, they should park their money, in which social media handle they should park their money. So, using this graph, can you tell me where they should park their money? You can clearly say that in Q2, what is the result, and Q4, what is the result. So you can let me know if at all Q4 is going on, where they should park their money. And please remember, there are no wrong answers. There are no wrong answers. So please, please, I welcome. Thank you so much for those who are responding to my request. I request each one of you to please participate. I would like to know, where do you feel they should park their money? Give me two channels where they should park their money. Yeah, I'm going to give you a minute time. Please, please, please respond. Well, thank you so much. Fantastic. Mhm. Last few seconds to go. Great, great. Fantastic. Thank you, thank you. Unanimously, all of us are actually saying we should park our money into Instagram because Instagram has more promising engagement than others, isn't it? It shows more than 5%, and it is on increasing side. Earlier quarter, it was 4.8, and now they are increasing to 5%. We can also say that people are also looking at Facebook as one of the most important ones because it is also increasingly getting engaged, 3.6. And if you really look at the scores at TikTok, or you can look at the scores at LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn, we have about 2.5% of engagement, and at TikTok, we have 1.6% of engagement. That essentially says that we should invest more amount so that we'll have better returns because the engagement rates are very high in case of Insta and Facebook. Great. Can you tell me, looking at the data, can you tell me that this particular social media handle had better result in Q2 than Q3? I repeat, can you let me know which social media handle had better results in the previous quarter? Which social media handle had better results in previous quarter? I hope everybody got the question. Perfect. That's really nice. So there are two. There are two. So I'm looking for both answers. I'm looking for both answers. I need better result. Better result in the previous quarter. That means Q2 results are better than Q3. Great. Okay, some of you are saying Instagram. I'll repeat the question again. I want the social media handle to have better engagement rates in Q2. Which are two social media handles have better engagement rates in Q2? Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The simple question like this actually puts us into a business decision. Don't you think where I should park my money was a business decision? All of you agree, right? where I should park my money so that I'll have better engagement. And that's how I take the call. Why I've posed this question? Because most of our business decisions cannot be driven by your gut feeling. It has to be driven by the data. And this data should make sense to you. It should support you while taking the decision. And that's where this decision making makes more impactful when you're actually making the decision based on facts and figures and not something which is, because I felt so, because my gut feeling said so. So, to make that data work for your decision, we need to analyze the data, and that's where the job of data and business analytics comes in picture, right? I hope everybody's in sync with me. Everybody's in sync with me. Yeah. So let's understand where I can get the data, right? From which angles I can get the data, and what are the things I can move into. So the first thing I would like you to look at from as an organization where you can get the data. If I look at the internal sources of the data, I can get the data from operations, right? So if I'm going to stand onto a shop floor where the actual production is going on, I can see the operational data as well as the production data. Operational data essentially talks about the kind of employees you have and the kind of skills what they're doing, what are the things which are moving on, what are the fallbacks and stuff like that in operations. And batch by batch, what is the production size, what kind of fallouts which have happened, what kind of scrap generated per production batch, all that can be handled in production side. I can look at customer data if somebody is already purchasing from my business. Obviously, I can get his data and that too into either contemporary, either year on year, or you can go item wise and so on and so forth. You also can get marketing data, how much you have spent, what was the ROI of that particular marketing endeavor, what were the channels. All these things is also available in marketing data. Then we look at financial data where I am looking at what kind of finance I've given for particular processes to happen, what kind of credits I have got from my vendors, so on and so forth. So I look at financial data as well. And last but not least is about the people who are working with me, and that is employee data. Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here? Any doubt in this? I hope I'm clear till here. Shall we go ahead and talk about external data resources? Okay. So let me talk about external data resources. When I say open data, the data which is available in open source is called open data. Whereas the data which is made to be viewed by public by the government is called public data. For example, if you look at the number of hospitals near you and give that search into Google, Google will not search only open data, it will search even public data, but Google will actually show you the open data and will tell you the kind of hospitals near you, right? But when I look at public data and I go for a particular government document which suggests number of hospitals in a particular region, that is what I mean by public data. I can also access social media data. How many followers are there for a particular influencer becomes a social media data. There is another tool which is called as web scraping. For example, if I'm going to scrape entire LinkedIn and try to figure out who are those kind of skilled people, then it becomes web scrape data. I can get data from IoTs. That is nothing but your Internet of Things, where I'm actually putting sensors and get the data from the sensor. And then I will be looking at partner data. So when I look at partner data, that is the suppliers or maybe dealers, and that data is also accessible to me when it comes to my products which they're trying to sell. And that becomes external data sources. Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here? If I am, I'm going to pose a question so that this will be more interesting to figure it out. Okay. I'm going to narrate a quick story, and all of you are going to tell me is the data. There are two types of data in the narration. Which type of data is internal and which type of data is external? So, this is a typical story of a manufacturing setup where the manufacturer got a complaint from supply chain or is from his supplier saying that, hey, I send my trucks right in time. I send my trucks right in time. You guys take hell lot of time to free that truck from your facility, and that actually increases my rental. Why don't you fix it? Will you accept the accusation that your people are not working, or will you go back and check the data? If your answer is you will go back and check the data, can you please add the data source, external or internal, in your chat box? What kind of data you will check if at all you want to contradict the supplier claim? The supplier claims that all his trucks are delayed in your facility, causing them a loss of rental. Okay. Mhm. Time in, time out. Perfect. Internal data. Perfect. Perfect. Great. Great. Okay. Will you ask supplier what time it has left your facility and what time it has arrived to my facility? Will you ask supplier what time the truck has left your facility? And won't you check how much time it has taken to arrive to your facility as well? I think you'll check that as well. Because the claim is pretty tall, right? That you are taking much time. So you will get the data of time in, time out from your gate, and you will get the moment the supply side has, the truck has left from the supply side. So you will get the data from the external resources, you'll get the data from your internal resources. So what you will do with that data once you have time it takes, right? If it is a delay from the company, right? So if you are looking at time in and time out, you will try to analyze it. And you will also find out if at all there is a problem that the truck driver has left supply facility maybe at 3:10 a.m. in the morning. But to reach to your facility, it has taken 4:15, where the drive is about half an hour. So in that case, you can say, see, your truck is reaching to my facility at least half an hour delayed. So the delay is not inside the facility. You better check with your truck drivers. So you would require both the types of data to figure out a proper counter argument. And this analysis of the data will help you to take your business decision. Isn't it, my dear friends? All of you agree? All of you agree? You need to analyze whether delay is happening onto the road, or is it the delay really happening inside the facility, or there is no delay at all. It is just, talk in the air. So when you want to counterattack, you just cannot say words. You need to show a factual thing, and then only it becomes trustworthy. So, why we are discussing today business analytics is building that trust, building those facts in the business so that you can actually make a difference to your own business. And that's where we come from. So let's quickly take up an example. Rather, let's quickly understand what is the difference between analysis and analytics. Many of us actually ask these questions to me, where when I look at analysis, it's more of things of how I am able to do that. It's more of a presenting why it has happened, how it has happened. So I look at stakeholder analysis as an example. I look at functional specifications as an example because I'm talking about something which is either past or either present. But if I want to have a binocular and want to peep into the future of my business, I would like to use analytics, which is backed by programming, which is backed by data science and business intelligence. So when I look at analysis, it's more of present and past. Analytics is the window through which I'm going to see the future, which I'm going to use to predict what will happen to my business. And that's the basic difference between analysis and analytics. Am I clear there? Am I clear there? Yeah? Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for your responses. So, whenever I go to a doctor and talk about what has happened to me, maybe I am having running nose, I have a sore throat, he is going to analyze things to what he can, what medicine he can give me based upon my current condition. I hope that's very clear with everyone. So when I look at the definition of business analytics per se, I look at how I'm going to solve the business problem using data analysis, using statistical models and questionnaire methods or quantitative methods so that my decisions are well informed and data driven. I'm not going to take decision based on some gut feeling, but it is backed by a lot of evidential data. And that's why my decision is strong enough to hold the place. And that's where I look at business analytics. So the question comes very simple, why business analytics is so important. A, it is improved decision making. It's more fast, it's more accurate because it is backed by a lot of data at the backside. The second thing, which is very important, is efficiency and productivity. So, when you are going to take a decision which is backed by enough analytics, whatever your current actions, you know the impact of those actions in the future. So, enhance efficiency and productivity. The other thing which I would like you to look at is customer understanding and targeting. So, what kind of customer you will be targeting? Are you able to understand the needs of the customer very well? One of the key things why we look at business analytics very importantly because uh, it helps us to understand to whom I'm selling and to what I'm selling, right? So that's the difference. I'm also going to look at increased revenue and profitability. So business analytics helps you to identify various ways through which you can increase your revenue and profitability. I'm going to give you a very funny example, and all of you might relate to it very instantly for all these things, right? This was a very a small town gentleman, and he wanted to start a business. He said that I should start a business which is less in investment and should have more returns. After thinking for quite a while, he started started selling eggs in front of a gym. Do you think it was a right way to do so? He started selling eggs, boiled eggs, in front of a gym. Boiled eggs in front of a gym. Do you think this was a good business idea? Right? As soon as you open the gym door, there is someone who is going to give you boiled eggs to eat. Will it be a good idea? Yeah. So what he did was he actually did maths that every year the gym business is exponentially growing by 13%. And as soon as you come out of the gym, people are very much looking forward for that high protein food. So rather than going for a very expensive protein powder, you can go for a boiled egg. And that's quite easy. And that's how he started his business. So what he did analyze the situation, looked at what customer is really looking for. He targeted only that age group, and that has helped him to increase the revenue as well as the profitability of his business. And since he was selling eggs which were boiled, he was able to mitigate the risk. And since there is very less chance of fraud, he could figure out that how he can move away from it. Business analytics helps you to determine the fraud, to figure out the risk as well. New products or service development opportunities are possible only and only through business analytics. I hope this is very clear with everyone, and I hope no more explanation is needed here. Yeah, all of you agree? No, no more explanation. No, no questions. No doubts. Can I go ahead? No questions. No doubts. Can I go ahead? Thank you, Robert. No questions. Well understood. Can we go ahead? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. So when we talk about these aspects, I would like you to look at something more fundamental, which is very core to what we will be doing very, very soon. So there is something which is called as business intelligence, and there is something called as business analytics. So intelligence is descriptive analytics, where it's more about what has happened. But when you look at business analytics, you look at how I'm going to diagnose it, how I'm going to predict, and how I'm going to prescribe. Okay. So I'm going to give you a quick analogy here, and all of you are my analytics people, and you're going to help me with the answers in the chat box with my narrative. See, if you ask me today, I really have a very, very sore throat. My nose is about to run. Okay. And I have very heavy head. I feel, oh my God, the head will explode after some time. If all these are the symptoms, and if I'm talking to you, you will say that, oh, Shilpa, you might have got cold. Agree? And that is what business intelligence. I described what has happened, right? And you gave me an answer. All of you agreed? If I've got sore throat, my nose is running, and I have very heavy head, then isn't it that I'm getting cold? I'm getting cold, common cold. Okay, I could not see your hand, Kaya. I wanted to ask about whether the data analytics can. Yes, 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 everywhere. Data analytics help everywhere. Not only in construction, any case, if you're able to analyze the data very well, you'll be able to get right business decisions. So all of you are correct that if I describe my symptoms, you will be able to tell me that I've got cold. Now, let's move ahead. So if I take about this, and I go to my doctor, and then the doctor asks me, so Shilpa, tell me what you had. What you had when, 3 days back. I said, oh, unfortunately, I had very, very severely frozen ice cream. It was like almost like a stone, and I ate that ice cream, and that too it quite chilly night. So he diagnosed that this is nothing but a throat infection, which is due to the ice cream which I ate on that very chilly night. So what he did, he tried to figure out the root cause of my cold, and that is what the first step of business analytics. Am I clear there? 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 Right? And when we look at the prescriptive and the predictive analytics, these are the next levels of analytics. Where predictive analysis will keep on telling me that if I'm going to eat ice cream on a very, very chilly night, and somebody is going to offer me a tub of ice cream, that too free of cost, because it's his birthday, I will say, oh my God, I will definitely get a cold. So I predict that I will get cold. And that is nothing but my predictive analytics. Now let's look at prescriptive analytics. So what happens when you go to a doctor? The doctor prescribes you medicines. Why do we take medicines? So that we are going to go back to a fitter version of yourself, right? You want to be fit. So the end result is definitely there, that a person who is taking medicine should be fit at the end of the medicine course. So whenever you are making a path towards a finite goal, that becomes prescriptive analytics. I'm sure some of you mustn't have got this clarity about prescriptive analytics as of now, but I would like you to hold your horses for a moment, because when I move to the actual analytics zone, we will take some actual business decisions and try and understand that. Okay? So let's go ahead. So, what happens generally in business and analytics, and when people use business intelligence? For example, in Amazon, if you are going to purchase one particular uh, thing, you will be getting suggestions of things which you can buy along with it. And that is nothing to your business intelligence. So somebody who has, bought a carpet, he might get carpet cleaning brush as an personalized recommendations, right? And I think all of you must have seen this happening, that whenever you purchase something in Amazon, it will give you suggestions what else you can purchase along with it. Yes or no? Yeah, we do get. Once you purchase something in Amazon, it will give you few more suggestions what you can purchase along with it. Yeah. And that is what? That is nothing but your business intelligence. You're talking about what is there available on Amazon in present time, and that is what is funded by your BI. That is entirely by your business intelligence. But just look at one thing. Other day, when I was talking to someone, I said, hey, can I have your Netflix account? He said, Shilpa, you can't have my Netflix account. I said, why? I said, if you were to open my Netflix account, you can actually see the kind of person I am. How many of you agree that if you get hold of anybody's Netflix account, you will be able to understand the kind of person he is? How many of you agree to it? How many of you agree to it? How many of you agree that if you are able to see somebody else's Netflix account, you get to know how that person is? Because you can see so many things, what he is watching, what kind of the person he is, what he loves to watch when he is free. So, what happens? You get personalized content and recommendations. And trust me, half of the recommendations a person mustn't have even watched. But Netflix predicts that he or she might like to watch that. And that is driven by business analytics. Am I clear there? Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? BI and BA? Is it clear to everyone? BI and BA? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I'm going to take you to something more interesting today. So, see, till now, people used to use analytics for customer analytics, supply chain analytics, marketing analytics, pricing analytics, risk, transportation, workforce. Now, in another 10 years' time, it will be so much into customer analytics and supply chain analytics that everything will be highly personalized. And you can see that because of AI, it has already augmented, right? The things are actually augmented because of this. And you will find that it is getting more into a personal zone. It is trying to curate your personal choices. And that's where the data is moving. As of today, this is the situation. Now let's quickly understand the types of data analytics, and you may would like to stop me any given time. Okay, so how you can stop me? You can just add a question into the chat box, or you may would like to add a question into Q&A. So there is a Q&A which is as of now do not have any questions. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate, put it into Q&A. We would love to take it up. Right? Now, those who are using AI Otter, I don't know whether this Otter will be able to catch up with this. Now, let's look at this. On x-axis, it's complexity. Now, what does that mean? How complex your data is. Okay, how complex your data is on x-axis. And based on complexity, what value it will bring to the business is on y-axis. Is it clear? On x-axis, how complex the data is. For example, if I take a Google form and I look at the demographic data, name, education, sex, how much year old the person is, what is the income range. So this is something which is less complex data than a data which is more of, a medical report, which is also looking at the images. It is also looking at the image diagnostics and stuff like that. So I'm looking at the complexities of the data on x-axis, and y-axis, I have values. So when I look at descriptive, I look at what has happened. So it's more of a present and more of a looking at what is the current situation, right? In diagnostic, which is also a present, but it is more of inquiry mode, which is why did it happen? So you go ahead and inquire why Shilpa has cold. That is diagnostic. All your blood reports, all your X-rays, and any kind of investigations come from a diagnostic center. They will answer the question why that particular body is paining, why that particular body is swollen, why you are feeling weak, because that is coming through a very cut clear thing called diagnostic centers. So why did it happen? Now till here it's all present. As the data starts getting complex, it adds more value. And the things becomes then, what will it happen? If you look at any election, if you have a countrywide election, we have exit polls, and exit polls are nothing but prediction of who will come into the power, right? So what will happen based on certain models, certain analysis. So when we look at that, that is called as predictive analytics. Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here? Any questions? Any doubt in this case? And last but not least is prescriptive. How I can recreate this magic? What is the path I should follow so I can make it happen again and again? So you must have seen so many reels coming up for weight loss, right? I'm going to give you that example. So there is a particular dietitian named X. So X created a fantastic diet plan of 30 days and said that in 30 days you will surely lose 10 kilos, right? So what she did? She gave you a prescription of what to follow so that you will be able to lose 10 kgs. And that is what is how we will make it happen. And it's more of a prescription oriented, more result oriented. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? We are going to take up few use cases now for each of these types so that it will be easy. So the first use case, which I would like you to look at, is the descriptive analytics. In a typical dashboard, what you get is descriptive analytics. So the current dashboard, which you're able to see right now, is a manufacturing firm where It looks about what is the daily production, what kind of sales rate do you have, what is the machine downtime over the past 3 months, and how things will work. So this is of what is happening in the present state in your manufacturing setup. Is it clear? Is it clear? Data visualization and dashboards. Let's look at the second one, which is also very important. And that is diagnostic. Why did it happen? So I'm going to take an example. So there was one online apparel store. So they opened one offline store as well as they had their online business. What they realized is once uh, they had a typical store, uh, offline store, their entire value started decreasing, right? So they figured out that, oh, this is a root cause. Why my online sale is moving? Because I have got a retail stores which are there. So once my retail stores are closed, online also started dropping because people could not have look feel test, which they used to do. So this is where I looked at diagnostic analytics. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Any doubt? Shall I move ahead? Perfect. Now let's look at the next one. And that is predictive analytics. So what happens is this is an example where in a software firm they sell their software at a subscription. And that kind of a method is called as SaaS, subscription, subscription software as subscription. So the subscription services use something called as churn models. So these churn models are used to predict which of the users are less likely to stay with their subscriptions and which of the customers you need to have proactively some incentives so that they will not leave your software. So this is nothing but a predictive kind of example. Yes, I understand. That is so true. That is so true. So Vivek, can we have emojis in the Zoom? Can you just confirm? Can you just confirm? Let's go ahead and discuss about predictive analytics is done. Now we are going to go ahead and discuss some prescriptive analytics. Now this is something which is happening even today. Prescriptive analytics is more towards simulations and decision rules and stuff like that. So in a logistic delivery company, generally we use prescriptive analytics to figure out what is the real-time traffic, what is the weather and delivery windows. And this is how you prescribe that, oh, you can move ahead and reach out, right? I would like you to let me know if you have understood all the four types. I'm going to give you a minute and please do let me go. What type of analytics algorithm is used by YouTube or Instagram? Can someone help me here? And there are no wrong answers, my dear friend. All of you are going to tell me whether Instagram feed or your YouTube feed, what kind of analytics does it represent? I'm going to give you a minute. Please answer. What type of analytics algorithm does YouTube or Insta use? I'm going to give you a minute. And there are no wrong answers. Is it prescriptive? Is it predictive? Is it both? There are no wrong answers, so please feel free. I'm going to give you a few more seconds. Okay, both. Mm-hmm. That's nice. So it's majorly into uh, prediction because they keep on predicting the user behavior. And based on user behavior, they decide what to show that is a prescriptive one. So thank you so much for right responses and thank you so much for participating as well. So thanks a lot, right? So predictive and prescriptive are the models which are used. Predictive to decide, what is the behavior of the user, and prescriptive we use what exactly to show to us. I hope all of you agree. Now let's quickly look at the key trends in business analytics because that is something which we must follow and must look at. So, but before that, let me take you to the tools which we generally look at. So we have spreadsheets, we have business intelligence platforms like Tableau, Microsoft Power BI, QuickSales. We also have statistical softwares which are actually used as Spaces or SAS. We have programming languages, Python, Skillset, and R. We also have cloud platforms. So these are the tools which are there, and out of so many tools, one cannot do all tools in one go. We are going to cover two major tools. One is Tableau, which is in foundation course, and one is Power BI, which is in advanced course. Let's look at the key trends in business analytics. We have artificial intelligence and machine learning because they offer very deep insights and quite automated for complex tasks. We are also going to deploy big data analytics. We're also going to deploy cloud analytics, data visualization, and storytelling. Now, what kind of a story you would like to paint with your data will help you to take the right type of decision. And hence, storytelling is your backbone of business analytics. Am I clear there? So if I'm looking at AI and ML, I can look at predictive maintenance as an example. If I look at big data analytics, I can you look at how energy utility companies are able to predict energy demand. If I'm looking at cloud analytics, I can look at how I am able to use cloud-based analytics so that I can have booking for all the properties across the globe. In storytelling, I can look at NGO, which gives you interactive maps and charts, and they will be able to tell you how much progress they have done in case of the donors, right? So now what has happened as of today, what has happened is we have shifted the gears from analytics to AI based analytics. So it was earlier, what has happened? So it was a legacy dashboard, a very static visual report was the phase one. In phase two, we started using predictive, where we started machine learning, we started getting faster results and anomaly detections. And now into the third one, it is prescriptive and cognitive where we look at what is the best course of action, what is the real time data intelligence, right? And all this has added to the shift from descriptive to cognitive decision science. Okay? I hope no doubts, no questions. I hope no doubts, no questions. Any questions, any doubt here? Any question, any doubt here? Can we go ahead? So, what used to happen? Now, earlier it was a historical, it was a batch wise data, and they need to have a technical staff to do this. So, there was a legacy of dashboards, but now things are changing on a real time basis. So, event driven pipeline, and then there is a natural language querying. So, you are able to do multi step functions at a go, and it is deeply embedded with your CRM and ERP workflows. So this is what is happening because you're able to have AI analytics in place. Okay. So in earlier case, people used to fear, oh, AI will take my job, but that's not true. AI is a catalyst because you're able to take up the decisions based on interpretation, strategy, and business alignment. And hence, AI related or data related jobs are going to grow about 30%, 35% for this year. And you will find a lot of automation coming up in the field of analytics as we go ahead. So the demand of such will go up by 40%. Just imagine 40% of, AI developed analytics people are required. So the demand is quite high for this kind of a course where this kind of a skill where you're able to embed AI as well as your uh, data analytics. Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here? Can I go ahead? Yeah, perfect. I was just going through the rate of automation. I was completely zapped. The rate at which the automation is taking place in case of data analytics is huge, is about 83%, right? So you're able to automate so many things in one go, which actually eases out your entire work, right? Now let's understand something more interesting. So what does AI does? AI accelerate the analysis because no syntax lookup is needed. AI explores the hypotheses to figure out what exactly they need to analyze. It also helps you to summarize everything and create a report, and then you are able to automate the repetitions, right? So this is what AI is doing for us as of today. As of today. I hope I'm clear till here. So what exactly analyst and an AI mindset will happen? So, when you bring domain knowledge, when you bring uh, business context, your critical thinking, judgmental thinking, and stakeholder trust, you're going to combine it with pattern recognition, language generation, code scaffolding. You will also get to know about knowledge synthesis and tireless availability. And if you're going to add these things together, we'll have faster iteration cycle, we have broader explorations, we have richer storytelling, and we don't have time for, we don't actually look for much time in figuring out the insights because uh, AI will actually give you the insights in front of you. And because of that, you are able to make better decisions. I hope everybody is clear till here and no more questions, no doubts. If you have, please feel free to add it into Q&A as well. I don't see any questions coming up from Q&A. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's look at the kind of careers, what you can do if you are going to do business analyst. So you can actually start with business analyst, then you can go for enterprise business architectures, then business analytics practice manager, and then finally landing up into chief technology officer role. If you're into product management, then you become a product owner, product manager, because that's how the hierarchy works. And finally, product head. If you are to a typical project management case, and in that case, you will have career as project management, and then you can go ahead with project manager, account manager, and unit head. Last but not least, if you're going to consulting like me, you can be a consultant for that particular domain, then you can become a principal, and finally, the partner of that particular firm. So this is about nutshell about the basics of business career path, business analytics career path. Let's look at the course which we are offering in a minute's time. So this particular course is AI Enhanced Business Analytics, Fundamentals and Visualization. So this is one course. Second course is Transforming Data into Business Value, Advanced Analytics with AI. So this is level one course, which has got more than 5 modules. The first module talks about foundation of data, foundation of AI powered analytics. So what are the things which you should know before, even before you start exploring it with AI? That is covered over here. In trends and patterns, you will be able to do a lot of hands-on practices about what kind of pattern does the data gives, what kind of a trend line does the data shares, and what are the implications of it. All that will be covered in trends and patterns. Then we go ahead and look at prompt engineering, how we should get prompt to the AI tools, because end of the day, it will do what you have asked for. So what kind of prompts which you are going to give? Finally, how you are going to visualize the data. And last but not least, we are going to teach you something which is very important for any business analytics, and that is the method called Tableau. And that is also covered in level one course. In all, we take about 16 weeks to complete this course. This is the level one. Let me quickly take you to level two. Level two is also 16 weeks course, and we cover AI powered predictive analysis, AI powered prescriptive analytics. We also take you to somewhat easy to understand SQL query. Then we have Power BI and ethics in AI. And finally, how we are going to use AI into the business. So this is in a nutshell about what we offered in both the courses. And please remember, these are all, both the courses are for 16 weeks. So what we have covered today is the data sources in business. We have also covered the concept and the need of business analytics. We have also covered types of data analytics, tools of business analytics, and we have also seen some of the use cases. I'm really looking forward for seeing all of you in the course. Um, okay, let me go back. So our sales team will get back to you if you leave, if you're interested in the course and the kind of delivery. Please mention your email ID in the chat box so that our sales team will get back to you with all your sales related. Well, this is more towards predictive and prescriptive side as well, where we that is not covered in data science to that extent. This also covers something more in detail, where we talk about the pattern engineering, which is not there in data science, because this is a no code thing where we don't want you to actually code. We don't want you to code much. This is more of no code analytics, but with AI. I hope that clarifies the difference. So you needn't know the coding beforehand, and we are not going to teach you coding either. Because we feel that all of you must be sitting on piles of data together. All you need to know to have that binoculars, which will show you the right kind of evidences to take your business decisions. Right? I hope there are no questions, there are no doubts. Can I take your leave then? Thank you. Thank you so much. For all the sales related queries, the colleagues who are representing sales will help you to check with the cost and all other details. All right. Thank you. Vivek, can I take your leave?